Hello, everyone from Akasa Living. It's February. It's that month where everyone is talking about love. Valentine's Day does that to us. And for those in Twin Flame world who are trying desperately to be in union or figure out how in the world to get in union, or the whole runner chaser thing is going on, or whatever is going on that is keeping you from being in union, it can be kind of a downer. And I don't want that to be the case. I don't want anyone in Twin Flame world to feel down. If you found out that you're a twin flame, okay, be glad you know. And if you don't know about twin flame, be glad you don't know. And that's the honest to goodness truth, folks. And that's what I want to talk to you about. We're actually here to learn to be in union with ourselves. Now, that doesn't mean that if you know who your twin is, that I've changed my mind and don't believe that we're meant to be in union with our twins. If we are here and we know who our twin is, ideally, yes, we should be able to come into union. But that is a place we have to get to. And each of us has to get there individually first. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about loving yourself. That's what I want to talk to you about. I want us to see every day as a day for love, not just Valentine's Day. And I don't want us to see it as a day to be loved by someone else. I want us to see it as a day to love ourselves the way we want to be loved, and to put that energy out. Because that is the only way we can get that energy back. If we do not get in the energy of how we want to be loved, we can't possibly put that energy out. And the only way the kind of love we want can come into our lives is if we are putting out that frequency to begin with. So we can't be in one frequency and dream of having another. That is illusion. You know, we talk about we don't want illusion. You know how the tarot reader will say, oh, the moon, there's the moon card, you know, you're in illusion. That's illusion. Illusion is when we're putting out one frequency, but expecting the reality of our lives to be another. The only way we get the reality that we want is to be in that frequency ourselves. Otherwise, we are living illusion. We're living one frequency, putting that out with the expectation of something else coming in. That is illusion. Whenever I first had my natal chart done years ago, the natal chart, that is when an astrologer or astrologist runs your horoscope, and it's the circle, and it's got all the squiggly things on it, and you look at it and you're like, what in the world does that mean? And someone else has to tell you that's your natal chart. Okay. Sounds like that should be something to do with the ocean. Sounds nautical almost, doesn't it? But then no, it's your astrology. We don't think about it. The sky is an ocean of stars, and so it kind of is got to do with it. Kind of is nautical in a way. The natal chart, okay. And I'm a Gemini, and I teach communication, and I communicate very well, actually. So I was pretty damn offended because what they told me was I was here to learn to communicate. And I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. If there's anybody that can communicate, it's me. I'm here to learn something else. You know, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, moving right along. You know, maybe I was born to do that, but I've done that. What next? You know, and then so a little bit later, had it done again. Yep, you're here to learn to communicate. What? You know, and this has gone on now for years. And so I was to the point where I mean, I literally believe, and there's no doubt, that astrology is like the filing system for all of us in the cosmos. It's how we keep up with what we are, the point in time that we choose to be born, that we choose to incarnate, kind of helps us keep up with, and this is what we're doing this time, because the energies that come in based on cosmic events. And so we plan and choose based upon cosmic energies. So everything about our existence here coordinates with the cosmos. So our astrology, that natal chart, is kind of our cosmic filing system of what's going to go on with us, if you will. So I fully believe that. But they were just getting mine all wrong, because that didn't make any sense. But as I've gotten into the metaphysical and dealing with more advanced astrologists and astrologers, they'll look at my chart and they'll say, oh yeah, you're absolutely here to learn something very deep about communication. And I'm like, what in the world does that mean? Well, I now do understand what it means. And they were right. But nothing I was being told early in my life could have prepared me for what it does mean. We are, as I've said, energy that at the highest part of our bandwidth of unconditional love, which is the frequency that the energy we are is healthy in, we expand consciousness and we are aware of so much. But we are energy moving around with no tactility, no way to physically experience all of that expansion of consciousness. So at one point, we decided to slow down our molecules enough that at the bottom of that bandwidth of unconditional love, we could be solid enough, our molecules would be slow enough that we could have a tactile form. So we're not a body that some spirit has come down and come into. No, we're a light being that is just slowed its molecules down. And at this point in the earth plane of existence, the plane of the different planes of existence, as its molecules slow down, the planes of existence develop. Okay, slower here, slower here, slower here, slower here, different planes of existence, therefore different aspects of us, because as the molecules slow down, we, the light being we are, have different aspects or different planes of existence that we are creating. Okay, because we're all one. So, but in the earth plane of existence, this is the aspect of the light being that I am, and you are. Now, the issue is, in this density, I have to still be able to communicate with the source energy, the source of the consciousness that I've expanded into of all that I know, of all of my energy, and that is my chakra system. Everything is connected by chakras, points of energetic transfer. Our chakra system has to be fully functional. We have to know how to utilize our chakra system to communicate fully with all that we are. We have to not let these other planes of existence get in the way, because they have their own perspective and they don't get to interfere with us, because they do not have the degree of tactility that we have. So we are the ultimate expression of source energy. You see lights go up, folks? We are the ultimate expression. Humanity is the ultimate expression of source energy. We are the most tactile. So all the consciousness that our source has expanded into in this dimension of unconditional love, we are at the bottom of the bandwidth. We are the most tactile it can get to express that. But it's got to be able to communicate to us what it knows above that it wants to experience below. And there's the problem. That communication gets muddled up. We've got all these aspects, all these planes of existence in between. And anytime anybody's ever played telephone, you know, where you've got like 14 people down the line and you whisper in one person's ear, and by the time it gets to the other end, Not the same message at all. Okay, so we have that issue. Then we've got all these, and from something similar to that, let's just go with that. We end up with societal programming, which is wrong. We end up with religious dogma and doctrines that form these societal programmings, in part at least, which are mistaken because he whispered in somebody's ear and got it wrong. By the time I got to like number 3, it was way off. So the communication is just all garbled up. And the more garbled up all of this gets, well, we are energy. So these are layers after layer after layer of energetic interference that have got intertwined in our energetic DNA. And this is the point in time when we are clearing all of that. Now, there are those who think that has meant literally that we go back and we rewrite. I've heard so much about, you can go into the Akashic record, you can rewrite, you can da-da-da-da-da. No, we don't rewrite anything. What we want to clear, though, is the mistaken communication. We want to clear the things that we have put on ourselves that are blocking us from getting accurate communication, that are keeping us from moving forward accurately. They're keeping us from having a healthy light body coming all the way down. So we're getting the right message. So we even know who we are, because we've forgotten that even because of how this works. We've even come to the point where we think we were meant to forget. So we would enjoy life and not know exactly what was going to happen. It would be, oh, it's kind of like your birthday. You know it's your birthday, but you don't know what you're going to get. That's how this is supposed to be. It's Christmas, but you don't know what's under the tree. We had to know that we were light beings. We had to know how to communicate with our source energy. We just weren't supposed to know what source was giving us for Christmas or for our birthday. That part was what we were supposed to not know. That was the part that was supposed to unfold in a way that we enjoyed. Okay, that was like, oh, this is what we're doing. That's the part that was supposed to light us up in our heart space. So we would follow the breadcrumbs, if you will, and be open to it all and enjoy the experience. But we've had so many layers energetically put on us that the whole system broke down. And it's like the painting where God and man are trying to touch each other. It's desperately, we're trying to, source is trying to reach us, and they said, there go the lights, folks. And I'm trying to let you know who you are and what's going on. And we're desperately like, okay, I think I'm supposed to worship you or something. There we go. And no, we are supposed to be communicating. The communication system has got to be put back together. And that means we have got to clear this energy. We have got to learn what we are. We've got to learn to communicate within ourselves. That's what we have to learn. We have to come back into union with ourself. We've got to do that. We've got to come back into relationship with our own source energy. And we've got to figure that out. And once we figure that out, then we understand that the way all of this works is we have a frequency we're supposed to be putting out. And when we are in that frequency and we're putting that frequency out, we naturally attract to us other resonant energies, other energies that are in the same frequency. Things function in order. Because it's science. We're energy. It's conscious energy, but it's still energy. It cannot function chaotically, which is what has happened when we weren't aware of what we were, and we've been trying to function from a place of ego, from a place of micromanaging something without using the laws of energy. Well, I want to do that. We may want to do it, but that energy doesn't match your energy. It doesn't have to do with what society thinks it should be or what Joe Blow down the street thinks it should be, or what your grandmother thought it should be, or any of that. So what I think it should be, it's got to do with, do the two energies resonate together? If they don't resonate, it's going to be chaos. But what we've done instead is we've developed these patterns of trying to think things through and play these roles based on societal programming and bend ourselves like pretzels and form relationships that are situationships. Because relationship flows. When things are difficult, when things aren't going well, that's a situationship. Relationship flows. It's because it's by attraction. The frequency that we exist in, the bandwidth that we're healthy in, is love. Love is not situationship. Love isn't, ooh, I like that. Let's go get it and make this happen. That won't work. You're pulling something out of its orbit when you do that. And you're going to cause chaos. No one controls someone else. We don't move someone else's protons, electrons, and neutrons around to get them to do what we want. We don't put our energy acting upon someone else's energy to manipulate and get what we want. We show up as who we are authentically, and we attract them in, and we are attracted to them. And we flow together. Everything is about relationship, but it has to be healthy, mutual respect relationship. But we can't be in right relationship, healthy relationship, resonant relationships that we're going to truly be happy in until we are communicating clearly with our source energy, until we are in union with ourself. Because when the mind is leading the game, leading the show, it's going by societal programming, and it'll have us doing things. Our behavior patterns, our energetic behavior patterns will be 3D, and they will be in dense energy, out of the frequency of unconditional love. We are not healthy there. Our habits, our emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual well-being is chaotic. And our lives are chaotic. Because we are not in the frequency that is truly us. We're not in union with ourselves. We are not in congruency with ourselves. We aren't communicating effectively with our source energy, which is up there. No, that's not the consciousness that we've expanded into. That is not our path. That is not the as above, so below you're supposed to be on, because you're me. Though the mind is like, what? No. I am human, and there's a spirit in me, and we have free will. And no, not exactly. We are sovereign over self. Nobody else's energy is supposed to be acting on us, pulling us around, making us do things. That's our free will. But to be sovereign over self, and to have people not acting on us and manipulating us, we have to be communicating and in union with ourself and getting from our source energy, our energetic bandwidth, our energetic life blood. What's our story? How do we expand consciousness up there? What do we know up there? What is it we're doing here? And let that come down through our chakra system. We have to have our communication system with ourself functioning properly, without interference from the other aspects of ourselves or from other energies around us. because everybody is a chakra system. Everything is chakras. Everything is connected by these points of energetic transference. So we have to know that. We have to know how to not be overly empathic. We have to know how to shut all that down. So we don't have fight, flight, and freeze turned on, wide open. Because that keeps us from communicating and being in union with ourselves. Because we have to dial everything all the way down so we don't hear everything around us, because we can't hear ourselves then. So there is so much to being in relationship with ourselves that we haven't even understood because we didn't know we were energetic beings. So we have all of that to learn, to accept, to find out. We have got to learn who and what we are, what we came here to be, feel, and experience. We've got to learn to communicate with ourselves. And that doesn't mean this human tactile being. That means this human tactile being has got to learn, hold on, I am energy. I have source energy coming down into me, forming me. I am that source energy, slowed down to tactileness. I'm supposed to be able to get clear transmissions and understand and follow the guidance. And when I can do that, I'm in frequency. And then I attract resonant energies to me. And guess what? It is possible that in this lifetime, the other half of you, when you were created, the other energy that was you were divided from, twin flame, they may be here too. If they're not, then somewhere near you, that would be a soulmate. There are soulmates here, other energies that were close to you. They are here. Those are resonant energies. Those are the energies you're meant to be in relationship with, whether it's work, best friends, intimate relationships, and to be in relationship with anyone else, it is going to be chaos because you are not going to resonate with those energies. And those are the ones that you're going to be like this with, and it's going to be chaos. And you're going to be down here in dense energies, and your life is going to be chaotic. But to have the beautiful, orderly, flowing life as above, so below, you communicate with yourself, you're in union with self, and you put out the energy that you are. Treat yourself that way. Put it out, and you attract those in, whether it's your twin flame or a high vibrational soulmate, and that can be work, it can be job, it can be best friend, or it can be your intimate partner. And then your life is order. Your relationships are in order. So that's why, if you know who your twin flame is, great. If you don't, great. Because none of it matters. You've got to learn to communicate with you before you can learn to communicate with them. Because all of that, that's all you're going to do is communicate with them. And that's all. And if they haven't learned to communicate with themselves yet, chances are you're not going to be able to get into a relationship with them, not an orderly one. Because that's how this works. You're going to come into union with yourself. And whether it's twin flame or a high vibrational soulmate, if they don't do the work and come into union with themselves, they're still going to be in all that chaotic energy. Now here you've done all this work and you've come into union with yourself. You're coming into order. You've got happiness in your life. You found joy in your life. Things are flowing in your life. You've got this going. And so all of a sudden, oh, that's my twin flame. But they've got all this going on. Just because they're your twin flame. Yeah, you feel the energy and you're drawn to it. But you do not want to do this just because that energy is so familiar. Now, ideally, they're here and they do their work. And yeah, the two of you flow together. And as above, so below. The consciousness you've expanded into up there, you expanded here, and it is amazing. But if they haven't done it, you're going to be miserable here. Because all that chaos you've come out of, you're going right back in. You don't want that for yourself. Not only are you not going to be happy there, they're not going to be happy with you. Because you're not going to resonate. It's not your frequency. It's not where you're at. Now, does that mean that you're better than them or smarter than them? Or no. It simply means you've done the energetic work, that your energetic behavioral styles are different. You live in the energetic bandwidth of unconditional love. You don't do things that way. You do things through attraction, and you do things through resonant energy. And they don't. Your energies simply don't resonate. There's no judgment. They are where they are. But it's not where you are. They're at the point of their journey of coming into order, coming into union with themselves, of understanding their source energy. They're at the point they're at. No matter if they're twin flame or soulmate, doesn't matter. So you simply learn to communicate with you, because that's what everybody's natal chart should be saying at all times. You learn to communicate with you. My natal chart also, by the way, said I was going to teach everyone how to communicate. Ta-da! And this is what it meant. You learn to communicate with your source energy. You be you, and you just be you. And you let everyone else be themselves, because that's what love does. Love doesn't tell anyone else who to be. And when you're you, either your energies will do this together or they won't. And it doesn't matter if they're your twin flame or not. Doesn't matter. Yes, you're going to feel your twin's energy. Yes, you're going to have a telepathic connection with them. Yes. If they get sick, you're going to know it. Yes. If you've been intimate with them or you're close enough to them that you feel that, chances are they're going to be intimate with someone else and you're going to know it. All those things are true. But if you choose, you can choose. How do I want to be? What do I want to feel? What do I want to experience? And your source energy up there is going to go, yes, now they've got it. Hello, yes, up here, we've got all this expansion of consciousness we've done. And we want all this for you. We want all this for us because we are you. We got this beautiful, vast expansiveness up here. And we're sending it down. Oh, and by the way, there's a soulmate over there. Yeah, they're best friend and another friend. And there's some work for you and that for you. And there's that for you. And oh, yeah, that one may light you up, you know. Oh, if not that one, here's a soulmate that one might light us up. And yeah. Is it going to be the same as twin flame? Well, it's not your other half. So kind of sort of know. But that's okay. Because your twin flame's not here. So that means you're not resonant with them. Which means it's going to be chaotic. Which means it's not going to be good for either one of you. So what do you want in this life? Well, I want to be happy. Okay. Have you ever been in a chaotic relationship yet that was happy? One where you're having to do this and no. Because that's not happiness. And that's not what love does either. Now, I've been in lots of relationships or seen lots of relationships or had people try to get me in relationships where they said, I love you. That's not love. Twin flame or not, that person is not in a place where they're loving you or showing you love or being loving at that point in time. Nor are you, if that's what you're doing. That's not what you want for yourself or for them. So, yeah, it's February. It's Valentine's Day. You and your twin aren't in resonant energy, or you haven't met a soulmate yet that you're in resonant energy with. Okay. No problem. No problem. If you're not in resonant energy, you don't want them anyway. Because if they don't want you, you don't want them. Send them light and love. Let them be on their way. Wish them the best. Maybe some point in time, you end up in resonant energy. Maybe not. Maybe not this lifetime. Ideally, the extrapolation is if your twin flame is here, you both come into union with yourself, your energies come across one another, and bam, yes, it's beautiful. But you both have to do the work for that to happen. And your timing has to be right. You do the work, and they're 5 years behind you in doing the work. Your energy is sending down, hello. What are we doing? The world's turning here. Our energetic bandwidth is not meant to sit still where energy doesn't sit still. Yeah, but my twin flame is over there. Yeah. We don't have anything to say about what they do. We're aware of it. We know. We're up here. We're aware. That's them. They got to get in union with themselves. And after they do that, then they got to decide for themselves what they're going to do. And maybe they're going to come out of chaotic energy and maybe they're not. But we are. Hey, there's a soulmate over there. Just soul job for you over there. There's a soul hobby for you over there. There's an intimate soulmate for you over there. Let's go. Be happy. But what about my twin? What about him? But I love them. Yeah, so do I. I'm you. They're the other half of us. But right now, here we are. Do you see them anywhere? Well, I hear from them once in a while. What happens when you hear from them? Well, I get hurt. Yeah, because energy is not resonant. It's chaotic, isn't it? They're in and out. If you try to be in resonant energy with them, what do you have to do? Well, I have to try to be what they're wanting me to be, or I have to, you don't get to be you, do you? No. So does that make you happy? No. Yeah. Just tell you about that soulmate over there? That soul job, that soul hobby, that intimate soulmate over there. Get in frequency. Come into union with us. Let's get into union with ourselves. Yeah. How's that feel? It feels orderly. Any chaos going on? Nope. I got rid of all the chaos. I don't have non-resonant energies in my life. I'm sovereign over myself. I got rid of those energetic behavioral styles. I'm in 5D energy. I've opened up my high heart chakra. I've done the work. Yeah, you have. We're one now. It's February. Wait, it's not even February. It's just an ordinary day. We love ourselves and the world so much. We're just letting everyone be who they are. And things are flowing. Because that's what we're all here to do. And when everyone gets there, the whole world will live again in the frequency that we're actually created in, unconditional love. But the way we do it, folks, is each of us comes into union with ourselves. No one can make someone else do that, not even you and your twin. You be you and be happy. If you and your twin come into union, wonderful. If you don't, wonderful. You keep going. Call your energy to yourself, be in union with yourself, go forward with your timeline. Wish everyone light and love. Wish everyone light and love. Because what do you want for yourself? Exactly. Be in that energy. Put that energy out. And that's what you get back. But if you let someone cause you to come out of that energy, then you've gone back into the chaos yourself. Stay in union with yourself. Stay in communication with your source energy. Because that is you. One whole complete life being that has slowed your molecules down so that as above, so below. Not just Valentine's Day.